India, back here in Asia, I just want to ask you, the GST.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going to be able to get that running come summer, maybe Q3. You said previously that once they do get that up and running, you might actually double down on your presence in India. But at these valuations, and we have a Bloomberg chart which shows you this, India's not cheap at the moment.
No.
How do you square those two?
No, you're right. What we're doing with India is saying, okay, the big caps are expensive, but the small caps are interesting. So we've been putting more money into small cap stocks that have better valuations. And the beauty of the Indian market is that it's huge. The number of companies is huge. So we have a lot of choices. Of course, liquidity is a problem, in some areas, but this is the opportunity, I think, for India.
Having said that, India's mid and small caps valuations have also soared. So can you still find cheap bargains there?
Yeah, on a very selective basis, we can still find opportunities there. And don't forget, the impact of this tax, having one tax for all the states is going to have a big impact on many companies, particularly the small ones.
In that case, we're talking about a re-rating here. Would that strengthen the case that even if we're trading at 21 times PE, this is still cheap compared to the sort of value that gets unlocked if and when that happens?
That's right, because what you're going to see is an acceleration of earnings per share. So the predicted price-earnings ratio will come down pretty dramatically in many of these companies.
The RBI rate decision coming up this afternoon. Now, nobody is really expecting any rate changes there. But could we see them tinker with some of their other policy tools?
I think their objective, of course, is to keep the economy moving at this pace. We're talking about 7%, which is very good for Modi. We expected, by the way, that with this currency situation, they might have a problem. But it hasn't turned out that way. There was a little blip, but otherwise they're continue to move. And I think Modi will give instructions to the Reserve Bank, even though they're supposed to be independent, that you better keep this ball running.
Maybe more a text message than a phone call.